Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what it do. One time for the fan, we are back, man. StreamYard's trying to StreamYard us early, but we're going to get this show underway, man. It's All-Star Weekend. Hope everybody's having a good time, man. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, so much more, man. If I missed something, don't worry about it. Just Google One Time for the Fan. You can find us. We have a special All-Star show tonight to celebrate All-Star Weekend. We have Berto 95 North is in the building talking Falcons football with us. BroTalk is here talking Falcons football with us. Reporting Eligible is in the building tonight. So big shout out to the crew. And of course, T Will, former ATL Sports One Time for the Fan, is here talking Falcons football. Big shout out to Miss Carrie. Big shout out to Bodie 3000. Hope everybody is doing fantastic here on the podcast. Man, how are y'all doing? Reporting Eligible. BroTalk, let's go to you, sir. The Cash App did go through. So BroTalk is here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're glad that he's here.
I didn't get mine. Hold on. We're Cash Apping people? Hold on.
Bro, I thought you told me. Hold on, bro. I thought you told me just you'll take care of BroTalk too. Where did this come from? Hold on.
Wow. He's starting early.
Yo, he's starting this shit early, huh?
You see what he's doing, Berto?
I see it. It's diabolical right here.
When he's not working podcast, his name is Big Red. I'm just saying.
I mean, let me know, BroTalk, because I'm all out of funds for the weekend, but them parlays ain't hit like they were supposed to. So, if I can get a couple more in before midnight, might be able to send another one to you. BroTalk, man, how's everything going, Berto? Huh? What's up?
I said you in that doghouse like KD is?
Oh my gosh, the burner account. Hey, ain't nobody find my burner account yet, so don't even worry about that. But yeah, big shout out to everybody here. Chat is live, chat is lit. The fans in the stands are already in the comment section. We'll get to that in just a minute. But our special guest has the platform for tonight. So we're going to get a chance to pick their brain about the Atlanta Falcons, about this offseason, about how they're doing this offseason. And let's start with Mr. Berto, who's been on this channel too many times before, man. Matter of fact, you're kind of like the fifth co-host here for One Time for the Fans. So
shit.
How's everything going with you, Berto?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain, man. On a Sunday evening, getting ready for the week. As we all know, work time, baby. Tomorrow morning, but all is good, man. Can't complain.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And of course, BroTalk, man, this is your second time back on One Time for the Fan. You had the opportunity to join us and bless us with your knowledge on the draft show we did last year. So happy New Year to you too, my brother. And of course, welcome back to the podcast. How's everything going on in the world of BroTalk?
Busy in real world, busy with the content, just trying to catch up. Every year I do a breakdown of every single NFL team on what it would take them to get to the Super Bowl. And so I'm busy diving into everyone's cap situations, free agency, before I move on to draft prospects. So it's just been my wife's like, okay, football season's over, so it's going to get slow, right? No, does not slow down at all. So, but I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for the invite.
It's like a full-time job for us podcasters and content creators. So everybody here watching tonight, listening tonight, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button for all channels. We are all live on all of our platforms. And I see that, the chat section is already going crazy. T Will, for my ATL Sports One Time for the Fan, welcome back, man. Hope everything is going well with you this All-Star weekend. We got the NBA All-Star game, but then we have an All-Star panel here tonight. So, T Will, how's everything going on with you, sir?
Present, sir. Put me in, coach. I'm here. No, all is well, Jack. Got a question for Berto. Is that a Bijan Stepbrothers t-shirt? I'm looking.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I can't see it. Okay, so wait, who's the person he's next to? Wait, that is
Tyler Algier.
Oh, that is Tyler. Okay.
Yes,
I've never
sir.
seen that shirt before. That's kind of dope. I love Step Brothers. I won't say my favorite line because you shouldn't say it, but it's hilarious. Just it involves the drum set. Let's put it that way. Those of you who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But
Classic.
no, hey man, all is well, bro. Excited to have Berto from 95 North and Brother Bro Talk. And hey man, just super excited to talk about these Falcons. Because I've got a litany of questions, for our guys here, man. And Jack, if you don't mind, I'd like to get into the first one with your blessing, sir.
We can definitely get into the questions first after we find out real quick how Berto and BroTalk got their start in this podcast game. Of
You're
course,
right. You did
with the
say
Falcons
that. You're
community being so strong out
You're
here
right.
with content creators and podcasters. These two brothers right here have been doing an amazing job talking Falcons online and offline for those who know Berto and BroTalk. So please, if you guys can just bless the chat with some knowledge of how did you guys get your start in this game and just how much you love the Atlanta Falcons, man.
And do it in a haiku. No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, I actually got pushed in this space by my wife. I have the passion, have the love, just like everyone on the panel and the chat does for the Falcons, talking football, played the sport, the ins and outs. And she's like, social media, what it is now, why don't you do that for the Falcons? And I said, okay, why not? And I didn't think anything of it, right? I didn't think anything would come of it. And it slowly gained traction, first on TikTok, then it gained traction on Twitter. And that's where Berto found me. And he actually reached out to me and he's like, hey, I'd like to have you on my show as a guest appearance. And that's where it really kind of took off with us two. We started texting, getting to know each other a little bit more, talking, ball between the two of us. And then I'm going to say Berto.
It's all good.
I said, what do you think about you and I starting something? And he agreed to it, and we were bouncing names back and forth. And it was actually my wife that came up with the reporting eligible name, a nice little cliche to a football term, but also what we do as podcasters, which is report news, the ins and outs of Atlanta football. So that was we just hit over a year of doing report of eligible just not too long ago. I don't know the exact date. It's just been flowing, but positive feedback from everyone in the space. So that's great. And then, I'm excited what the future holds for me and Berto going forward.
And BroTalk, I just want to let for the fans asking, you're not at Flowery Branch with the background behind you, right? You're not with Matt Ryan and Ian Cunningham at the office right now because
I could
want to know.
I could
BroTalk.
I don't know.
Where are you reporting from right now?
BroTalk, look at the New Jerseys. We want to know.
I gotta keep that trust inside the building, No, but shout out to my wife. She got me this and she set it up because I relocated, right? I'm sure you guys remember the infamous light that I had behind me, and now I have this, and my wife surprised me with that. And I was like, she's like, it looks like you're at a press conference, and I kid you not, that was like some of the first things that people said, and I told her, and she felt great. So thank you. I will let her know you guys said that as well.
Yeah.
No,
that's awesome.
Super cool what you got right there, man. Berto, you want to go ahead and piggyback off that, man? How you guys started the reporting eligible content and how you guys are doing so far right now?
Yeah, man. So like you mentioned, positive reception from everybody, right? And they definitely did. It started on an idea, man. BroTalk was gracious enough to, approach me. Hey, man, we should just start something. And absolutely, at the time, I wasn't working with anybody. I was just, taking a break, so to say. And and reporting eligible was born, and don't have any regrets, man. It's been awesome. Like he mentioned, man, the reception has been great. We just been churning out all this content week in and week out, and it's actually it's awesome to know like so many people they wait for us on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. to come on and just talk ball, man. Whether you agree with us or not, agree with my takes, BroTalk's takes or not, man. Just the overall love and support that we've gotten from the Falcon fan base has been phenomenal, man. I've been in the space a little over 3.5, 4 years now. I got my start with Smitty at Smitty Sports Machine. So shout out to Smitty and trusting me, in this space. And then, I kind of just started carving out, my own lane and my own path, working with Bleacher Report, been still on there going strong. This is my 3rd year with Bleacher Report, still delivering content on the Falcons side, and also working with BroTalk, man, which has been an absolute honor to do thus far. And like you mentioned, man, can't wait to see what the future holds, man. I know there's a lot of great content coming out from us. You know, we'll get into some draft breakdowns, some prospects and things like that. But those are little things that are coming on in the not so distant future.
Jack, you there?
Yeah, I am here. It's just that StreamYard keeps StreamYarding, bro. Like they keep resetting the stream. They keep starting back up. I don't have.
Well, Jack, not to cut you off.
I'm really upset with StreamYard, bro.
I understand. So it's that time in the show, fellas. Yeah. Fellas, do y'all know what time it is? Do y'all know what time it is? Every time and every show and every one of our One Time for the Fan shows, when we get a super chat, we like to make a big deal out of it. And we got one here from Mr. Big Low Country. And wow, Jack, are you going to read that? Because I don't know that I necessarily want to read that, but it looks like I'm going to have to read that. So, BroTalk proposed to Berto. Pause. Gotcha. Great shot.
He said pause.
Big shout out to Big Low Country with the super chat. You know, I feel some type of way about it too, because I've known Berto for a while, and every time I've talked to Berto, he said, "Why don't we do a show, Jack? And we just call it the Berto Show featuring Jack." And
oh my God!
Wow. Where did that come from? Because
oh no way, man!
Each other out with, you know.
Oh wait,
I don't, that doesn't even sound like Berto.
Oh no, we never got to the show, but I remember Berto used to hit me up like, "Bro, you still ready for the Berto Show featuring Jack?" And it's like,
yeah,
whenever you guys are ready, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey man, I tell you right now, crazy. That show that you guys have, Reporting Eligible, is a great show. And for everybody that's in here watching right now, big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I know StreamYard might be doing some stuff with the connection and so on, but we've been here before. I'm sure we all have had some small connection issues in the past. I have no idea what's going on, but so many people's in the chat. Ray 50, Big Low, DA Hunter, J Kid, King Atlanta supporter, Tillman Rutherford, Larry's in the chat, Voodoo Lounge is in the chat, Auntie Pam is in the chat, Smooth C, Cool CC's in the chat, Hazley's in the chat too as well. So many people is here talking Falcons football tonight. Lisa Shepard too as well. D Sloan. So big shout out to everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We're glad that you all can take the time out of your Winter Olympics weekend and All-Star weekend to come talk Falcons with us. This is going to be an amazing time. But big shout out to Big Low Country Sports for sending the super chat to start the show tonight. T-Will, I know you got a question to go ahead and start it off for the crew here tonight. Feel free to take your time with this question, sir, and let's get these brothers going, man, because I tell you right now, we want to pick their brain on these Atlanta Falcons, find out a little bit more about them. A lot of first-timers here that might not know Berto and BroTalk, but by the end of the podcast, I'm guaranteeing you'll probably be subscribing, liking, and sharing and retweeting a lot of what they say, because these brothers know ball. They know football. They know Atlanta Falcons football from the moment you talk to them in the morning to even before they go to bed too as well. So T-Will, crank it up, man. What you got for these brothers?
I just want to know, man, like when you guys have your meetings and you talk about your shows, who's the rowdiest? Like, you know, I know who the one with the motor in our crew whenever we talk about shows, but who's the guy where you're like, all right, man, you know, calm down, and you're just gonna be like, oh man, this is gonna be insane. Da 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 da. Like, who's the guy in your dynamic? Who's the rowdy one, and who's the one that has to like pull back and say, okay, calm down, not yet. Like, tell us about the dynamic.
Berto, go ahead.
I was gonna kick that to you, man. So like we don't spend a whole lot of time talking behind the scenes. We exchange more text than anything else. So like I'll come up with things to, you know, formulate a show. And then I know that, you know, I'm sure that he feels my energy through text. Like, yo, man, we should talk about this or you know, we should hit on this topic. And BroTalk's usually the one that be like, all right, hold on. Maybe not. Let's wait till next week. Because for me, I'm just like, I just want to go, man. If that's a lane, I just want to hit that lane. Pause. I don't want to hit any lane. I just want to stick to the lane, stick to the task, and deliver for the fans, man. But bro, talk, I don't know. You might seem different.
No, like Berto said, we talk, in what's going on throughout the week. Like, hey, did you see this? Hey, have you heard about this? This is what I'm hearing. This is what you're hearing, and we talk about it and discuss. We want to touch on it this week. And I would say if you answer your question, I'm the calmer of the two. Berto's pretty calm in the grand scheme of things, but he gets real fired up. Like, hey, come back down. Let's think level-headed, not emotional. And he'll be like, yeah, you're right. But no, we get a good game plan right before, a couple of days prior on what we want to talk about and what we want to touch on next week. Because as content creators, you gotta plan ahead, much like the GM or the Falcons. He's got to plan ahead, right? We want to talk about the now, but we need to plan ahead so we don't dry up on content, right? We want to provide the utmost best content to our viewers and followers.
All right, that's.
And speaking about the GM, how you guys feel about the GM too, as well, bro? Talk, Berto.
I think it's a great hire. The connections were there, right? When the search started, that was the main name. And the more in depth I looked at it, I was like, oh man, this guy's got a really good resume. And then when his press conference hit to talk about the trenches, to talk about the style of team and the currency of draft picks, just a bunch of like buzzwords that you want to hear that maybe you didn't hear from the previous GM, right? That gives you that level of optimism. Like, okay, this guy's not just putting his eggs all in one basket. He is thinking 2-3 years ahead to build a roster that can sustain success through, year in and year out and be one of those top teams that everyone's like, okay, the Falcons are going to be good. They're going to be right in the picture every single year. So I have a high level of optimism with Ian Cunningham.
Yeah, I do too. Like Bro Talk said, man, the connections were there when this all came about. When Terry was let go, the Falcons kind of honed in on Ian, but of course they had to let due diligence play out. The Bears were still in the playoffs and whatnot. So it was just, I think for me overall, it was a great hire. Yes, the track record speaks for himself. Knowing and getting to know from a guy like Ozzie Newsome and Eric DaCosta, Howie Roseman, these great GMs, obviously has molded Ian into the cerebral style GM that he has, that he's going to be for the Falcons. I think that his best interest for the Falcons is, like Bro Talk mentioned, having a sustainable future. And it's something that Terry really touched on back in when his time was here with the Falcons. He just never got to do it in the style that he wanted. I think Atlanta will learn from prior mistakes and allow the GM to just really navigate and bring in the best players, come up with the best strategies. And right now, Ian does have that going for him.
Question, guys. It's clear with this regime and with this current team, we're not rebuilding, we're retooling. Give me your thoughts on the offseason moves needed, not only to – yeah. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No problem.
I guess Jack probably got caught up in a time loop. I don't know. He's in another dimension. Jack, you there, buddy? Jack, you there? Okay, I'm gonna ask my question. So
I'm just narrating the show right now. I'm just trying to be the moderator. Moderator right now, T. Will. This StreamYard shit's going haywire. But yeah, you're good, T. Will.
We'll work through it. All good, brother. So guys, we're obviously retooling and not rebuilding. What offseason needs and/or moves do you say we need to make to not only maintain the status quo, but to take the next step and make the playoffs? And guys, just give me your thoughts on that.
Go ahead, Berto.
I would say solidifying the defense still. This is a defense that by some metrics overachieved last year in just 1 year with Jeff Ulbrich, but I don't think it's overachieving. I just think that the right pieces were in line, and Jeff was the missing piece. Now with everything legal-wise that's going on behind the scenes, you kind of have to work, backwards in a sense. You got to fortify the edge group still. I think, the trench talk that the GM has talked about, you got to fortify that. And I know Bro Talk mentioned it, so I'm not going to take away from what he's going to say next, but you've seen what these previous Super Bowls have been like, and it's been won in the trenches. So the aligned vision that Kevin Stefanski and Ian Cunningham have, they have a set goal in place as fortifying both spots. So I look in the offseason for the Falcons to really attack and address more on the defensive side, the trenches within the defense on the defensive side. So we have some pending free agents that are leaving. There's a good little class of free agents that can come in and make an immediate impact in Atlanta. And I think in the draft, we'll probably just, start looking at the offensive tackle prospect or other interior offensive line needs to continue to fortify. And like you mentioned, yeah, I feel also like this Falcons team is just they're a quick turnaround. I don't foresee the Falcons struggling as much in 26. I think there's great coaches in place with a good vision, and I think Ian and Kevin are going to really hone in on what we need and attack it from the opening of free agency leading to the draft.
So I think the biggest thing that I think Ian, besides the positions of need, I think our needs are linebacker, still need more interior defensive linemen, offensive linemen, just overall depth, I think is what Ian is going to bring to the Falcons, because that's where we lacked with Terry. Because if our starter went down, it went downhill quick, right? No one that could really step in, and that was the weak point that defenses or offenses could take advantage of. So I think there will be some guys that were on this roster last year that won't cost a lot that Ian will bring back because either Jeff or, one of the offensive coaches will, like to bring back. But it's going to be interesting. Linebacker, I say we only have one linebacker under contract because number 40 doesn't count in my eyes. He shouldn't be on the roster anymore. And so that's a huge thing. I know a lot of fans say cornerback is a huge need. To me, it's not. I think you have good serviceable pieces. AJ, Mike Hughes gets more hate than he needs to. Can he be upgraded? Yes, but I don't think this is the year to do so because he's got a very team-friendly contract. You got Kobe Bryant coming back. D. Alford will likely be re-signed as a depth piece, not as starter. Billy Bowman, how's that Achilles going to look, right? They're going to be leaning on him. You have Xavier Watts. Like everything is there. Interior defensive lineman, you got to bring back a vet, right? David Onyemata, 34 years old, free agent. I don't think he comes back. There's a guy that I'm looking at, and I know me and Berto have touched on it. John Franklin Myers of the Broncos doesn't look like he's going to re-sign, and he's got ties to Jeff Ulbrich. Yeah. So they extended Bonito, they extended Zach Allen, and Franklin Myers, who's I think is going to be 30, 31. He's got ties with Ulbrich from their days back in New York before he was traded to Denver. So that's kind of that veteran presence I look for. You can't get complacent with, who we have, Harrison, Rook, Dorless. You got to continue to build because we rotate that defensive line so much. And then on the offensive side, you got to plan for Bergeron potentially not being here after his contract is up. Are you going to extend him, right? He had an up and down year last year. Can he improve with Bill Callahan? And then the center position. We all want Tyler Linderbaum here from the Ravens. We all want him here. It's going to be a bidding war. I think he lands with the Chargers, even though I think we should make a huge push for him. So overall, like you said, T-Will, it's going to be a retooling. You have the pieces that you need to make that run. The Falcons have a third-place schedule, right? It's not going to be as difficult as last year. We had a second-place schedule, but it doesn't mean any team should be taken lightly. So I think, once again, on paper, we can be a good team. Now it's a matter of executing.
Next question, Jack, if you're okay with
Could a guy like Lakel London be looked at too as well, BroTalk?
Oh, I love him. I love him. Oh, I love him. Get him.
London.
I think it should be anywhere from a 2-year, $2 to $4 million. I think he's a restricted free agent, so the Falcons have first dibs. They can match any offer. If someone wants to pay him like a huge offer, let him walk, because then the Falcons get a comp pick for that.
I don't know if you guys can. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that I think the most impressive feat for Lakel London is in the offseason, he was asked to balloon up, right, to put on some more weight. So he was in that 301 mark, ballooned up to 330 pounds, and he got better, which is crazy. Broke out with 5 sacks, right? They're not sexy sacks. They're not like, Jalen Walker style sacks. No, these are just tough in your face style sacks. They're pushing the guard or center right into the quarterback. He did such an excellent job at that. And at 28 years of age, he's still within his prime. So Lakel London would definitely I would think it's a priority re-signing for depth purposes. Also,
he's a rotational guy. Isn't going to be your starter. You're not going to leave heavily in on him, but to rotate in to give Brandon a breather, Zach a breather, Rook a breather. He's still starter quality that you can rotate in and get you anywhere from 20 to 30 snaps in a game.
Yeah.
So, 2 questions, guys.
Going to some more offseason moves that you guys are speaking of. Could Braylon Trice? What's up?
You're delayed. Yeah, you're delayed.
I'm in this time loop. Like you're not even, I don't know. I'm looking at the screen right now. Sometimes you're talking, but you're not talking. It's like I'm watching a damn like a Japanese Netflix anime right now. So if I do cut into you, I apologize. It looks like I have the opportunity to cut in from here and there.
It's all good, bro. It's all
I'm
good.
sorry, man. But I just want to ask a quick question before I jump back into this time loop. Braylon Trice, Berto and BroTalk. Braylon Trice. Is he a guy that we can look for to doing something this season, or coming off of these injuries? Is he somebody that the Falcons are probably going to potentially look to let go of this year? Because we haven't got the opportunity to really see Braylon Trice. And I'm sure with the situation with James Pierce Jr., fans are thinking what Trice can do with this defense.
Well,
it's bio.
Yeah.
For me, I'll say it quick. For me, it's buyer beware, right? Because back-to-back seasons with the same style of injury, and with everything going on, I think the Falcons do give him a shot, but he's not a clear-cut, candidate to make the roster. I think the Falcons will still look elsewhere to see what they can bring in to replace Braylon Trice at some point.
I think just solely because he's on a rookie contract and he's a third-round rookie contract, it's cheap. You let him make the roster as a depth piece, right? He's more of a style of a Jalen Walker, a Sam, strong side edge defender. That's not going to give you those sexy sacks, but he's going to set the tone, set the edge. It's just the kid's got to get healthy. I feel for the kid because it was the same ACL. So it's like, what is he going to bring to you? But just solely on as a depth piece and the cheapness of the contract, I think he's still here. But you don't want to depend on him and say we need Trice to get us 6 to 8 sacks. That's not the mindset we need to go in this coming year. If he sees the field, do your job and work your way back into the rotation, young man.
All right, so Jack, I'm gonna go ahead and ask my question now. We'll wait for you to catch up in the loop. Okay. Jesus.
I'm already here. It does it randomly. So, it cuts in, it cuts out.
So teleporting is what you're telling us. You teleport. What are the winning lottery numbers for tomorrow, Jack? Go ahead. Just tell us on the panel and a few of our friends in the chat so we can all, get a little richer. Let us know. No, just kidding. Guys, looking at Rook's PFF.
36, 14, 28, 22, 20.
Love it. All right, guys, looking at Rook's PFF numbers, he was not great last year. Do you guys think he gets better this year? Did we get this wrong? Give me your thoughts on that. And then to follow up on that question, what do you think the impact will be schematically of a Bill Callahan on this offensive line? Go ahead.
That's good stuff.
Go, Bert.
Sure. So I don't think we got it wrong with Rookaroro. I think he just needs time to develop. You got to remember, he was I think like 3 years into playing that defensive tackle position before walking on to Clemson. So we got a real raw prospect in terms of a player. Rook now is going to be in his second year under Jeff Ulbrich and Nate Ollie and this attack style front. And it's kind of the type of it fits him to a T. He is that attacking style defensive tackle, that penetrator that lives in the backfield. He just has to put it together. I think last season we got a small sample size of what Rook can be. At one point, he was one of the higher rated pressure from his spot at defensive tackle spot. So we just have to give him a little bit time to mature. We've seen what Brandon Dorlus was able to do for us. I'm willing to say and bet that we get something similar from Rook in 2026. Also helps that we're getting Zach Harrison back. So obviously having another force in the middle of this defense and depending on how you rotate, it could maximize Rook's performance in 26. Now, the offensive line, like you asked, Man, I'm excited for that. Bill Callahan, the GOAT of all linemen, and what he's going to be able to do with the young pieces that we have in the middle of this offensive line. That's what I'm really excited about. Just you can't call him a student of the game or anything like that, but just a great teacher. And he has some great students in Bergeron, Lindstrom, and hopefully Ryan Uziel can wake up a little bit and figure out that, man, you're gonna be in the presence of a great offensive lineman that you should be really open ears and listening to everything that he's telling you. So schematically, we could see a lot of what we've been wanting. Some inside zone, some traps, things of that nature. We have the running back in Bijan Robinson that can do all of these things. He's a special talent. He did some of it in Texas. Maybe it's time to unlock even more potential out of Bijan and, dare I say, become more of a factor and even more dangerous piece to this offense in 26 under Bill Callahan.
So I'm not out on Rook because, like Berto said, he was a raw prospect. He had the build, the arm length, the tools, the strength, the speed that you want in a dominant defensive tackle. Year 3, we could see it even put even more together. Rook gets a lot of hate because of what Terry did in trading up for him, right? Someone that we weren't expecting was on our board at that time, especially when we traded up, and who was still on the board, right? You had Brandon Fisk, you had Tavondre Sweat, you had Johnny Newton, and then you had Rook, right? So immediately the fan base is upset, right? Not even giving this young man a chance. So for Rook, he does a lot of the dirty work, right? He does take on 2 guys at once and frees up Brandon or Zach. And then at times he's the one setting the gap and forcing a running back or a quarterback to run it at a different angle, right? So that's the stuff that doesn't pop up on the stat sheet for, the common, I don't want to say common or casual fan, right, that just looks at the box score. And to me, I take PFF's grades with a grain of salt because there are times where, yes, there was maybe a mistake made by a player, but it tanks their score. So, again, I take that with a grain of salt. I think Rook has the potential. Like Berto said, year 2 in this defense, in this attack style up front, you bring in a vet guy, if it is John Franklin Myers, to really tap into his potential. Now, on the flip side, for the offensive line with Bill Callahan, just historically with what Kevin Stefanski's vision is, he is such a balanced scheme runner. It's more 50-50 with the zone to gap scheme. And it's almost, 34, 33, 33 percentage wise for inside, outside zone and any type of gap scheme. So we're going to see a lot more balance. And that's where Bill Callahan is going to help teach the guys, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, drive on those gap schemes. Bergeron, something he needed to work on is learning how to play leverage a little bit more, his hand placement, anchoring in his feet so he doesn't get driven back. And then, elevate Chris Lindstrom a little bit more than he already is, right? He's already an all-pro caliber guard. He always gets snubbed for that first team, even though we all know he is deserving of that first team all-pro, future Hall of Famer. And Jake Matthews, someone up in age that can get that little bit of coaching that he needs to solidify that left side. As far as Ryan Uziel, I think Bill Callahan will play, he'll reap the benefits of getting that Hall of Fame style coach coaching him to play center at a better position that he is, right? It's not just this lateral movement that he struggled with that Drew Dahlman succeeded in. So maybe Uziel makes that jump because he's not having to go horizontally so much. He's more going at the defender, whether it's the tackle or climbing up to the linebacker or what have you. So who knows? Maybe center isn't something we target, and Uziel makes that leap in his second year of a contract to allow this new regime to game plan for the next year on what they're going to do at the center position.
You're on point with that, bro talk. You're definitely on point with that, bro, too, as well.
Go ahead.
T-Will, what was that, T-Will?
He's just giving you some time, Jack,
Oh, yeah, you're definitely on point with that, guys. I want to ask you guys a question about the draft, too, as well. You talked about what Ian Cunningham mentioned between, the offense and the defense of getting nasty in the trenches when it comes to drafting some of these guys that can help the depth pieces or even get some starters. Hold on, I just had to throw that out there. Who can help this, Falcons roster in the future? Berto, you hit on a guy like Brandon Dorlus a couple months ago when you talked about him and he got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. What other pieces do you think the Falcons can look at this draft? I know you guys are big draft guys too as well. The Senior Bowl was not too long ago. Some people were speaking about the defensive tackle from Texas Tech, another guy from Florida State. Of course, the young man from Michigan too as well is making some noise. Who do you think the Falcons could be looking at right now in this draft that can help their team going forward?
Oh, man. So linebacker Kyle Lewis, I think he's out of the University of Pittsburgh, is a name that you should keep an eye on. He has Jeff Ulbrich. What Jeff Ulbrich covers in a linebacker, speed, safety ability that plays like a linebacker. That's kind of what Lewis is, and he's been all over the field. He had a great Senior Bowl. That's a kid to keep an eye on. I got to do some more research on him. But he's a name that keeps popping up, and any place that I've seen about football, it's been Kyle Lewis. So we got to talk a little bit about him more. We got to go into depths about him. Big citrus defensive tackle, 6'4", 300+ pounds. That's another guy that if we're looking to add some beef to the middle of the defense, that's one name that you can't ignore. Lee Hunter, the guy from Texas Tech. I'm sure BroTalk can elaborate a little bit more on him when it's his spot, because that is his team. Those are some names that are really going by. Ted Hurst, I'm a big Ted Hurst fan. Out of Georgia State, wide receiver, big kid, 6'4". He has good speed, plays primarily on the X, and if the Falcons need some help at the wide receiver spot, or will need help at the wide receiver spot, you should look forward to maybe his name being called in a day 2, day 3 situation. So those are some names that you can keep an eye on for now.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry about that. Did I cut you off?
No, you're good.
Okay.
So for me, I just talked about game planning past New Zeal's contract. The kid out of Kansas State, Sam Heck, I think is one of the best center prospects that we could potentially land late in day 2. Potentially that's our day 2 pick, because sometimes the projections don't match what NFL teams stack their boards. There's always a surprise, like, wow, I thought he was going to go in the round 4, but he went in round 2 and so forth. So he's someone I'm keeping my eye on. I want to watch a little bit more on him, but he's really caught my eye. Genesis Smith out of Arizona, safety. Game planning past Jesse Bates. I don't know if he's going to get an extension, right? I don't know. You have to prepare. So I am preparing for potentially, right, don't shoot the messenger, right? But when you have a vet who still has high upside for teams and he's on the last year of his deal, right? That's how you can get more draft compensation. And that's something Ian said, right? Draft compensation is currency. So that could be someone teams are looking to get. I don't want it to happen, but this is the nature of the business, right? That could happen. If it doesn't and he walks, Genesis Smith is a guy that I like. Bud Clark out of TCU, a more box safety that could potentially play in a dime defense, a nickel style player. If Billy Bowman's not 100% off that Achilles injury, those are a few guys that I'm really looking at. Wide receiver wise, Deion Burks really catches my eye out of Oklahoma. Real shifty, speedy guy. Kevin Stefanski likes to have these gadget style players, and that's what Deion Burks reminds me of. If he doesn't get one of the guys out of Cleveland, because they are exclusive rights free agents, so that he may not be able to get like a Malachi Corley or a Jamari Thrash out of Cleveland, because the Cleveland Browns would have exclusive rights to them. So those are just a few players that I could see the Falcons get late day 2, early day 3.
Excellent. All right. Uncle Steve has a super chat. Sorry, Jack. You're in the loop. Sorry. I'm just trying to get up. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. We got Uncle Steve with a super chat, and he says, for real, one of the best shows in our Falcons content space. Wednesday at 9 p.m. is locked into these guys. And
thank you, man.
Thank you, Uncle Steve.
We do it for the Felipe freaks that Uncle Steve is.
Yeah, well said.
Hey, man, I dig Felipe. I dig him. I dig Felipe.
Felipe freak, man. That's what
Yeah,
Uncle Steve. Are you a Felipe freak too?
I'm a Felipe fan. I'd like to see us run a gadget play with it. I'd like to see us try and make him into who's the Saints guy? He's old now, but
The who?
the Saints guy.
The
That was
who?
a gadget
Taysom
player
Hill?
for Taysom Hill. I'd like to see him try and make him into a Taysom Hill.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that team. All I know is the Aints. That's all
right.
I know.
The Aints. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
The Aints. The cellar dwellers. The swamp people. Yeah, those folks. But no, I'd like to see him try and make him into a Taysom Hill, right? I mean, he did play quarterback for a while. You know, he is big. He's a very big guy. So I'd like to see them maybe get him in on some gadget plays. So that's why I kind of like Felipe, because I don't know if you guys caught that play in preseason, but you know, he hopped over about 4 dudes. Just say it, okay? Just say it. Just say it. It's 4. That
Oh my God. I guess that counts.
I mean, I know it was preseason, but whatever, man. Hey, question, guys, of the upcoming matchups this year, somebody mentioned we have a third place schedule.
Mhm.
Which matchups are you looking forward to the most? Falcons Browns, Falcons Bucks, Falcons Bears, Falcons 49ers, or as BroTalk alluded to, Falcons Aints. Which one are you looking forward to the most?
I mean,
Now, you
it's
got Kevin
always
Stefanski, you know, against the Browns. Of course, you have the Baker Mayfield rivalry with Kevin Stefanski too as well.
Yep.
You have the Ian Cunningham playing up against the Bears. Raheem Morris in San Francisco playing up against his old team, the Falcons. Zach Robinson over with the Bucks too as well. So, you know, it kind of puts a little bit more of a meaningful game for some of these players / personnel staff. So, you know, that's why we got to pick your brain on these type of things, guys.
For me is because I'm one of the biggest Faker Mayfield haters is him getting a reality check on that Zach Robinson is not that guy, right? Even though apparently he clamored for him to be his offensive coordinator. He is not that guy. This man had the audacity to compare Bucky Irvin to Bijan Robinson. If it were not for number 7, he would not have a job in the NFL. So I cannot wait for the Falcons, Kevin Stefanski and Jeff Ulbrich to punch him in the mouth and sweep them this coming season. And then also to go up against the Cleveland Browns, because those Brown fans, for whatever reason, they've been in the bottom pits, right? And Kevin Stefanski's was that glimmer of light that he gave them for 2 seasons, 2 playoff berths, and yet they spat in this man's face. So I cannot, he won't say it. He won't show it on his face because he's going to keep an even keel. But for me, I want him to smack them and put them back in their place and remind them, this is why you pick top 5 every single year, because you don't know a good thing when it hits you in the face.
Ooh, I mean, how can you speak after that? That's a mic drop right there. Bang. Just like BroTalk does, man. But yes, I mean, I can't piggyback any more than what he said, other than the Cleveland Browns situation. I just don't care about the franchise. My thing is the Zach Robinson against Jeff Ulbrich situation. Something that we've seen a lot in Flowery Branch when these guys played against one another. But now him being the ultimate op on a fucking piss poor team, excuse my language. It's gonna make for some great football, man. It's gonna make for some great football. The Faker Mayfield saga, all that bulletin board material that he gave us this offseason, it will come to light. So I can't wait. I can't wait for that one.
Interesting.
What will be your game this season to watch?
Well, I mean, since they took the top 2, I mean, I would say I'm gonna go 49ers. I'm gonna go 49ers. I mean, I know Ian Cunningham was with the Bears, but I just feel like that's a big so what. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to win the game, but I don't feel that animosity. You know what I mean? I don't feel
Kyle
that
Shanahan and the 49ers with Raheem versus.
There you go. There's the angst I was talking about.
And now they got Jerry Gray on that staff too.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Gray's over there as well. Wow.
He's over there now, man.
Oh, I did not know Jerry. Okay, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. Yeah. Do we go there or do they come here?
That hasn't been determined yet.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. No. Wait, is it?
I believe they
Hold
come
on.
here. I believe yeah.
That would be something.
Wait.
For
No,
the
I'm
game
sorry.
Yeah, I
No,
believe
no,
the
it
49ers
is. It is. It is. It's the times. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe they come here.
49ers,
That's gonna be a good
yes,
matchup.
the 49ers come here.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we go to Cleveland. We're gonna beat them in their house.
That's right. We're gonna.
Right.
We're gonna.
Right. You can't
So
beat
we're
that, man. I'm telling you, hopefully my time loop has stopped. I stopped my son. They're up there streaming right now. Both of them are streaming. So they're going
that's
crazy
dope.
on the connection right now. So they're playing this game against each other. And of course, they got their friends from school in there, and they're all going wild on there playing this I don't know, League of Legends or what it is, whatever that game is. I don't know what this game's called, but
I know. I'm a bit of a gamer, so I know it.
these Yeah, I play more of like 2K and other things, man. But these kids these days, you can't get them off them once they start playing. But I don't want to say too much. They're enjoying themselves, man. They have the week off from school, so I'm glad T. Will was also here too as well to help with this podcast tonight. Because of course, with the time loop that I was in, T. Will does an amazing job, of course, with former ATL Sports and also over here at One Time for the Fans. So. Taking control of the podcast, T. Will, that's one thing you do well, man. So big shout out to you, T, for helping us out. We're going to take some questions from the chat in just a minute here, but we got to get to a this or that when it comes to Berto and Bro Talk. We got to find out if you can get with this T. Will, Berto and Bro Talk, or if you can get with that. And of course, T. Will asked some questions last time. The last time you did it, T. Will, you asked some easy questions to Tidy, and the chat was going crazy. Like, why would you even ask Tidy that question? ATL or New Jack City? Nobody would even put ATL and New Jack City in the same type of category. But we got to start off with a banger for Bro Talk and Berto here. And we mean a banger.
Banger.
Matt Ryan or
guys,
Michael Vick?
Okay.
Oh man,
that's easy for me.
I had to.
I'll go first.
I had to.
That's easy.
Bro Talk.
I'm gonna
the future Hall of Fame quarterback, Matt Ryan.
Or Michael
Matt
Vick?
Ryan.
Future
Matt
Hall
Ryan,
of Fame
man.
quarterback,
Matt
Matt Ryan. Michael Vick, the good that he did, right? The culture shifter, but he didn't do what Matt Ryan did for as long as Matt Ryan did. It's
Exactly.
Matty Ice,
100%,
10 times
man.
out of 10.
Yeah. Yep. It's Matt Ryan, man.
Where do you agree?
I agree, man. I
Ryan?
agree. Yes, absolutely, man.
Jack,
T. Will?
what say you, sir? Oh, you're asking
Matt
me?
Ryan.
Well,
I'm Matt Ryan. You already know I'm Matt
have to
Ryan
say.
all day.
Oh, you're
I'm
Matt Ryan all day?
All
Oh,
day.
man.
All day.
Am I going to be the lone wolf? Hell no. Matt Ryan. Let's go. Matt Ryan.
Oh, I was about to say. Yeah, you had us going there for a sec there, T.
I'm about to say you gonna be the long wolf on your own show too as well.
You did not have to do
That's my brother right there. That's my brother right there.
That is unnecessary.
That's my
roughness,
brother, man.
Jack. You didn't have to do that.
I ain't gonna throw the flag on that one, man. We're gonna pick the flag up, man. Big shout out to T. Will, former ATL
All
Sports, One Time for the
Rubbing
Fan.
is racing and racing.
Berto,
rubbing.
PlayStation or Xbox? Berto.
PlayStation. Not even gonna hesitate. PlayStation, man.
Bro Talk, you said you're a gamer. PlayStation or Xbox?
There's levels to this. There's levels to this.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there is levels, okay? Now, if I had to pick one, I'd say PlayStation, but the correct path for our generation when it came to gaming consoles, it was the PS2, then the Xbox 360, then the PS4, and then you can go from there because that's when I stopped playing. But that's the correct path. The PS3 was a letdown. The Xbox 360 was king when it was out.
I mean, sure, I guess. I just always been a PlayStation guy, 1 through 5. So I never dabbled into the Xbox and the Halo and all of that. Nah, man, I was always PlayStation.
You never
I
played
don't even
Halo?
speak Xbox.
I played Halo,
What
but
is
I just never got like, oh my god, like
I don't even.
I just
speak
never
Xbox.
felt
That was
head
the
over
one game
heels.
that kept Xbox going was Halo. Halo had Xbox,
Exactly.
like, top rank because of that. Yeah.
Bro,
The
PlayStation
controllers.
has like bangers, man. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto. So for me, I'm a first person shooter type player. So I like the Tomb Raider games, the Metal Gear Solids, the
Metal
more
Gear
tactical
Solid,
games.
yep.
I'm all that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was my generation coming up playing those games. So I couldn't get that with Xbox. Resident Evil, come on, man. Oof. PlayStation all day, man.
Yeah, for me, PlayStation. I could never get used to the differences in the hand devices, like the joystick. I couldn't. I never could make the transition. So it's always PlayStation for me. Jack, he's caught up in another time loop.
The old NBA All-Star format.
God, he didn't even hear
or
it.
the new NBA All-Star tournament format. What happened? What happened?
I asked you which console you preferred. You didn't even hear it.
Bro, I play. I'm a streamer, bro. I play PS5.
They don't know that.
I'm PS5 all day.
The crowd.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Zach.
I am so sorry, man. PS5 all day.
I'll tell you,
PS5 all day.
NBA.
We stream on Twitch, man, all the time.
I'm gonna have my boomer moment and say the old format was the best.
Absolutely.
The new one is garbage. I don't even watch it anymore because of how garbage it is.
Yeah, I don't even watch the dunk contest, all that 3-point. I don't even watch it no more. It just doesn't have the same feeling, man.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't watch any All-Star games, to be honest with you, because what's the point? Nobody plays defense.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. They don't want to get hurt, and I don't blame them. I mean, there's a lot of revenue on the line, so I'm not hating on anybody. If it was me and it was millions of dollars, I probably wouldn't want to do it either. But it's not like the All-Star game when I grew up, okay? Pete Rose, and I can't think of this guy, but he broke this catcher's leg in an All-Star game running home to score. Broke his leg. That's how much it meant back in the 70s. You never see that nowadays. You'll never see that. So yeah, I don't watch either one of them. Hey guys, Nike Air Forces or Jordans? Nike Air Forces or Jordans? What say you, fellas?
I'm a Jordan guy all day, bro.
Okay.
All day. Infrared sixes dropped on Saturday. I got those.
I'm not a sneakerhead at all, so I don't own a pair of either. I wear tennis shoes, workout shoes. That's all I wear, and slides. That's all I wear. So
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not qualified to answer the question.
No, you good, bro. Yeah, I'll dabble into some Vans. Vans got some low key. Oh, they got some fire sneakers, man. But yeah, day through and through, day in and day out, Jordans, man.
All right, Jack. I know you're a sneakerhead, and when you
Jordans,
catch up,
bro.
Oh, you heard me. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm here all day.
All right.
Jordans,
okay.
bro. You know, I had to get my infrareds too as well. I wasn't at the mall fighting for the infrareds, but I got my infrareds, so I'm good.
Oh, hell no,
I saw
man.
those videos, everybody fighting in the Wolf Grays that came out and everything. Everybody going crazy for them, man. But
you know what? You want to know something, yo?
On with the infrared. What up?
Shout out wifey, man, because she's the one she got on the sneakers app and she was punctual with it, bro. 9:59, she logged in. 10 o'clock, the information went in for payment. 10:05, bam, you got him. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, I'm surprised she hit because you know, sneakers app. That's the worst app you can try and get sneakers off of because it's so hit or miss, man. It's so hit or miss, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys.
It's much easier though, honestly. I think for me personally, because the bots and stuff are gone. But yeah, go ahead, T-Will.
Yeah, true.
You're fine.
I'm gonna email screaming right after this. But I'm gonna cuss their ass.
It's just funny. It's just Jack and I normally don't step over each other like this, so we gotta have a meeting afterwards. But it's StreamYard, man. What do you gotta do? Guys, which one of these, Matt Ryan or Michael Vick, old NBA versus new tournament format, Force versus Jordans, or PlayStation versus Xbox, which one would you say causes the most arguments?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Probably the PlayStation. You back up there playing PlayStation again? You're not going to take out the garbage? Yeah, it's probably the PlayStation because that's probably one of the more times everybody can agree on getting yelled at the most for just ignoring what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to say PlayStation.
I would say the argument is the gaming consoles because they always say it's a gaming console war. Now, just listening to you guys talk about sneakers, it seems like Jordan is the clear favorite. And then any Falcon fan with the right mindset, right, that doesn't use, these old heads with the the old Michael Vick clips and all the excitement that he brought. I think Matt Ryan's the clear-cut favorite. And then same thing with the NBA. Like the NBA All-Star game is a snooze fest now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is. For me, guys, and I agree with what you said. However, being a longtime Falcon fan and being around all types of Falcon fans, I'd say the Matt Ryan, Michael Vick is probably the big, because that thing causes arguments. That
Really?
It does.
causes it darn near causes fights. You have a large contingent of Falcon fans who they're not mad with Matt Ryan. They're just mad at the way it ended with Michael Vick and the fact that Matt Ryan was the first quarterback of talent, really, or the first face of the franchise that took over. And they'll never forgive him for it. But in my opinion, it's definitely Matt Ryan or Michael Vick. Jack Spade, what say you, sir?
Got to be the Matt Ryan, Michael Vick conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody always got a lot to say when it comes to our former quarterback. Well, both former quarterbacks. But Matt Ryan, he's a true legend here. I mean, we know what Michael Vick has done. And we respect that too as well. But like BroTalk said, man, the amount of years, everything that Matt Ryan has done for the city, what Matt Ryan is getting ready to do now for the Atlanta Falcons, I think will forever live on in Falcon fans' heart. I think another one that we didn't put up there is like the Mount Rushmore of Atlanta Falcon players. I mean, people always consider Dion or Julio Jones, Roddy White. I mean, that would be a good one too as well. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That'll clear a bar. So Jack,
Right.
I know you got to roll at 9:15, buddy. Just one, I guess, last question, and then we can, you guys can tell these fans where they can find you and all that great stuff. Because, like I say, I know Jack has something to do at 9:15. But finish this sentence. The Falcons make the playoffs if. The Falcons make the playoffs in 2026 if. And it doesn't matter how many ifs you throw in there. But go ahead.
Go, Berto.
I hate you.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Oh man.
Look at the first comment. Look at the first comment. If Penix is healthy.
And that's a good
In
one.
Penix, yeah.
That's a good one.
If we figure out the quarterback spot.
Mhm. I say if we tap into the potential of the offensive players
Good one.
and get the quarterback right, whether it's Penix healthy at the beginning of the year or whoever's starting the year while he gets healthy.
Yes. Jack Spade.
I would say if we don't bring back Koo. It's pretty much there.
Oh wow.
We don't have to worry about that. We got
Shots
Zane,
fired.
baby.
Shots
Zane has
fired.
been fired. He's been fired for
Shots
us, man.
Fired. I will say if we get I'll say if we can fortify that defensive line, we're gonna need a replacement for Anyamata, because Anyamata was steady. He was decent. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need to fortify that line. So for me, it's all about that. If we can fortify that defensive line, guess what? We get the ball a lot more. We probably win the possession battles in games because we keep the ball, or we get their offense off the field. So I'm gonna say that. But hey, man, we're coming up on 9:10. So Berto and
Hold on to you. I think I'm out the time loop here. I got a question for them. I'm out the time.
Go
loop.
right ahead, sir.
I got a
Go
good
ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Now, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. I don't want to talk about the elephant in the room here, but I'm sure we all know the elephant in the room around the Atlanta Falcons.
Only the elephant in the
Is
room.
James Pierce Jr. a Falcon when the season begins?
Good question. Good question.
Yes. You both said it at the same time. That's
Like they
elite.
practiced it. Like they practiced it.
Listen,
They look at each
Listen.
other like, "You ready? Are you ready?"
Listen.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
listen. Me and Berto touched on this on the last show. We do not condone what he did. What he did was completely wrong, and we wish Rakia, the best. Hopefully she's doing well and her mental is there, because that is a traumatic thing. But we see this time and time again.
Yeah.
Athletes, doesn't matter if it's the NFL, MLB, NBA, doesn't matter. You see instances where people go crazy and they get a slap on the wrist. It's just a matter of what kind of plea deal is done, because apparently it's already being worked on, right? Mm-hmm. What does that look like? And then that's when the NFL will step in. He'll likely start the year on the commissioner's list. And then it's like, okay, how long is this suspension going to be? Is it going to be 6? Is it going to be 8? Is it going to be 12? But I think I told Berto this, right? He's 22 years old. Again, what he did was wrong. And we don't know what his background is and what his relationship is with his parents. We saw how his mom spoke about him, in a high regard at the NFL award show. But if he's never been taught, right? All of us are men, right? We all have to be, to an extent, taught or learn that certain things are not okay. And if that wasn't given to him at a young age, at 22, if he's willing to work on himself and improve, I always feel like people deserve a second chance to a degree right now. But if he doesn't want to improve himself, if he wants to continue down the path that he's on, then cut him loose, right? But that's ultimately going to come down to Matt Ryan or Ian Cunningham. Mm-hmm. It's some people, I think Mark Zeno said it, it's a culture shifting move. You gave up what you did to get this kid. He panned out. He proved everyone wrong until this happened. The character concerns that everyone talks about. And sometimes you need a wake-up moment. I can speak from, not me personally, but someone affected, someone directly affected in my family group, that they needed that type of wake-up call. They didn't do what James did, but they did something that woke them up and said, the path I'm on is not the right one. I need to change and better myself. And whether that was it for James, I hope, right? Not talking football, right? We want James to grow up to be a, respectful adult in this world when his time is done in the NFL, provide back for the community, et cetera, et cetera. Hopefully that was his, oh my gosh, like this is wrong. I need to do better. But if not, again, cut him loose. Cut your ties.
All right. Jack, what say you, sir?
I kind of agree with BroTalk there. When I first heard, everything that happened when it went down, T-Will, we went on your podcast for 4 hours. We talked about it. Everybody was really upset. Wow. But of course, now as you can see, days later, that the Falcons seem to be waiting on, I don't know, they're waiting on something to go down, and obviously they haven't released James Pierce Jr. yet, which for me seems like that second chance moment is getting ready to happen for James Pierce Jr. I'm not siding with James Pierce because he's the football guy here in Atlanta. What BroTalk said is right. What he did off the field is just downright disrespectful and disappointing, I think, for a young athlete in this game. And, of course, our thoughts and prayers always go out to Miss Rakia Jackson for what she's dealing with, her and her family. But the football side of what the Falcons are getting ready to do, I know Mr. Blank might be taking on a lot of smoke when it comes to these media questions and things that are getting ready to happen once they make this decision. But it's probably looking like he's going to be a Falcon, at least for this contract. Of course, he's still under rookie contract. And, of course, I'm sure they don't want to, release him just yet. Now, the funny thing about it is, T-Will, we talked about it. Another team is going to pick him up once he's released. And they're going to do the same thing that we talked about, T-Will. They're going to disregard everything that happened off the field and say, well, let me tell you about what he did on the field and what he's going to be doing for our team in the future. So the Falcons are probably looking at it as, give this guy a second chance. He definitely needs some mentors around him. He needs some people around him to give him the good word. Needs to definitely go home when it's time to go home. But at the end of the day, I think for the football side of it, the Falcons are probably going to end up keeping James Pierce Jr. When it first came out, I was shocked, and I was on your podcast saying he's done. Get rid of him. We don't want him here. But that business side of it, when it comes to the football relations, I think the Falcons do end up keeping him. And you know, when it comes to this fan base, when it comes to just being in Atlanta, we've had some players that had some trouble in the past. And as much as Vic, you know, did what he did, and some of the other players that have been in trouble too as well, I still hear people today talking about Calvin Ridley, Falcon fans. I still hear people today talking about Michael Vick, Falcon fans. And it's like, you know, those players probably are going through, you know, sometimes right now in their life where they're saying, man, I can regret these decisions. And I'm sure James Pierce Jr. is one of them too as well. But when it comes down to the season, I do believe James Pierce would be a Falcon. Just looking at what, you know, they haven't released him yet. Matt Ryan's probably already had his conversations with James. I'm sure Arthur Blank's probably talked to him. You're not going to sit at the house and just, oh, I ain't going to answer the phone for these guys. They've already talked to him. Legal teams already talked to him. Everybody in that building of high representation has probably talked to James Pierce Jr. already. And here comes that second chance moment. So, but the biggest thing about it is thoughts and prayers go out to Rickea Jackson for the situation. So I'm not putting football in front of this, but I'm not the Falcons organization. I'm just looking at what they're probably getting ready to do, and it's probably keeping James Pierce Jr. So just my thought. Falcons fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. This is an amazing podcast. Whenever my connection was good, for the most part. We got to get Berto and BroTalk back on here. You guys were on here before where we don't have these type of issues. And I'm sure you guys know from doing your podcast, StreamYards, you know, they StreamYard from time to time where they have connection issues and, you know, they lag out. And of course, I've seen it on a couple of big time content creators too, as well, where they have some streaming issues. And for tonight, I was one of them that got hit with the stream virus, but we're going to get everything taken care of and get ready for the next podcast. I think we owe you guys an even better one time for the fan show coming up. So I promise y'all that Berto and BroTalk will be back. It's the off season. They talk absolutely all the time. So we got to get them back on here. T Will, he does a great job on his podcast too as well. But these guys right here, the reason why we brought them to the podcast tonight is to really pick their brain about the Falcons. Because if you listen to their content, if you watch their podcast, these guys know Falcons football, and they have taken the Falcons community in the most positive way, and they've turned it around to where people know that when you pay attention and you take down facts and you write down these notes and you see what the Falcons are doing from the draft to the free agency to the boardroom, you know, it's people like Berto and BroTalk that keep this community going. So I got to give a big shout out to these two guys right here because they're amazing. They are truly amazing. We've had a lot of special guests on, here on One Time for the Fan. But Berto and BroTalk are two of the top special guests that I think we've had on from time to time. And Berto, this is BroTalk. This is your second time. Berto, this is like your fifth or sixth time.
Yeah, it's like my fifth time. Always great. Every time I come on, man. Always privileged to come back on, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Right. And we definitely appreciate it, man. So we got to get you guys back on here again, probably around draft time. I don't know if we're doing a draft show this year because the Falcons don't have a first round pick. So, you know, that day 2 is a little bit different than day 1. You know, that 4-hour stream and that 5-hour stream ain't nothing to play with when you're sitting there waiting for the Falcons to make a pick. But it's been great times when you can talk to Berto offline, or even if you see BroTalk on social media, you're chatting with him too as well. They have a very big presence amongst the community. So for everybody in the chat, if you haven't got a chance to watch or listen to BroTalk and Berto on their podcast, please head over to their podcast and hit the like, share, and subscribe button and keep these brothers going with the Falcons content because they are doing an amazing job. BroTalk, Berto, where can we find you all on social media? Because we're all going to end this show together. I don't want no more streaming issues to mess up. It's funny how the end of the podcast, the stream is back to normal, but during the middle of the podcast, you know, all this lagging issue was going on over here for me. So I'm just glad that you guys are here, man. But where can we find you guys on social media, guys?
Go ahead, bro.
I always say it, short form content, wherever you get it, Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, at Dirty Bird Central. YouTube, long form content as well at Dirty Bird Central. I dropped the Falcons' perfect offseason, what I think the Falcons should do to get back into playoffs and win the division. And then Twitter at BK2 daily tweets. Life's been a little busy, so the tweets haven't been as frequent, but that should pick up as work levels itself off. So if you want to know what BroTalk's thinking about, that's where you check me out.
Also, the NFC South Roundtable.
Yes, I forget that. I have Berto has graced me to represent the Falcons as the Falcons creator on the NFC South Roundtable. Tuesdays, right now, there's a little bit of a hiatus, but they'll return in March. So if you'd like to see all teams NFC South and us respectfully go at each other, that's the place to check it out.
You put it so lightly, respectfully. This guy's got manners, man. You're going places, kid.
Right.
Oh, man. As for me, man, I'm your boy Berto.
95 North.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 95 North Falcons talk show. And the other half of Reporting Eligible that comes to you live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. So please don't miss a show. You can also find me on Bleacher Report all week, man, every day, dropping short form content, everything and all things relevant to our Atlanta Falcons. You can find that on Bleacher Report with this mug attached right to it. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, T. Will. Shout out to Carrie. Shout out to Bodie, man, for being so gracious and allowing us to come back onto the platform. Every time we come on here is always a great time, man. And for those that are watching from our respective channels, that's at Dirty Bird Central or 95 North, please subscribe to One Time for the Fan. T. Will at my ATL Force. What is it? For my ATL Sports 1. All right, T. Will, I'm sorry I butchered that. You're a man of many shows, so it's kind of hard to get them all out at the same time. But yes, those are the platforms for those gentlemen. But so please go out and support. Thank you, guys, man.
T. Will, want to go ahead and get your shout outs in here, brother?
Absolutely. First and foremost, gentlemen, as always, man, it's so much fun podcasting with you guys. You guys are fun. You're knowledgeable. And it's a good time, man. And hey, I agree with Jack. You guys have to come back on when Jack is not. Okay, guys, we can admit this. Jack is an Avenger. And what he's been doing is he's been going back in time, helping out Captain America with the whole Dr. Doom thing. Okay, so he's not just putting you guys off. He's putting in work. You'll see it in the movie that comes out later. But
I can't fucking wait. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
Spoiler alert. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, Jack has an appearance. No, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always fun when you guys join. And hey, I'm learning stuff. That's the other thing I love about your show. I learn stuff whenever I watch you guys. So definitely appreciate the knowledge, appreciate the humor, appreciate the fellowship. Everybody who joined us in the chat, you guys could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We thank you. We appreciate you. Hey, man, I want to thank God for waking me up this morning, putting all y'all in my path. You guys can check me out at For My ATL Sports 1. Again, the number For My ATL Sports is number 1. And For My ATL Movies 1. If you're into TV series and or movies, come check your boy out. And if you want to email me about something I did or didn't do, you love it or hate it, I'll listen. But you can do that at formyatlcontact@gmail.com. Jack, Mr. Eric Parker, thank you for giving my start in this business. Jack, it's on you, sir.
First time I heard you drop the email in there, T. Will.
Say how much time for free time you got, my man.
Businessman at heart.
Doing shows on Barstool soon. We turn on a Barstool. Like, how the hell you get on with John Gruden and those guys, T. Will? You didn't let me know about this one. Yeah, man. Big shout out to everybody that showed up tonight. Thank you all for being a part of this podcast. Everybody who's representing, of course, any content creator channel that you hear from. Big shout out to you all everybody in the Falcons community. BroTalk and Berto, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us too as well on this podcast. T. Will, former ATL Sports, One Time for the Fan, man. Thank you too as well for helping me out tonight, man, because I was going through this streaming issue. Hopefully we don't have these problems again, because we don't normally have these problems. But big shout out to my family. Big shout out to everybody who's just waiting for the Falcons to just get back right, man. And I guarantee you it's probably going to happen this season. But much love to everybody. We definitely appreciate everybody. I see I didn't miss the Avengers question. We have so many questions and comments in the chat. Big shout out to everybody who was commenting on the show too as well tonight. if we get to all the comments, it would have took us over so much time. But I promise you, the next podcast we'll do the questions from the chat. We'll bring everybody together. We love to include everybody on One Time for the Fan. And of course, when you go over to Bro Talk and Berto's channel, they read the comments and the questions from the screen too as well. So they do a good job of making sure the fans are engaged too as well. So please go follow their channels. That's the biggest thing about the Falcons Fan Talk tonight, is having content creators such as Berto and BroTalk reporting eligible here, so that way you guys can hear their thoughts and their facts about the Atlanta Falcons. So now you guys can go over there. If you don't know who they are, you can go over there and hit that like, share, and subscribe, because this Falcons community is growing, and we have great people like Berto and BroTalk to keep everybody more engaged during the off season. So thank you all, Berto. Thank you so much, BroTalk. T-Will, thank you so much as well. And we're going to go ahead and end this stream before I get sent